Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over. New events are now live in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We have some new updates for the Nintendo Switch 2 and then another rumor to take a look at for Pokemon Legends ZA as well. A lot of things to break down and get into today. If you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at the new event that is now live in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It is, of course, the 7-star Infernape Terra Raid. One of the last 3 raids we're going to get for these starters, unless they just go through all of them again. We still have Torterra and Feraligatr to go after Infernape. But either way, it is now live. So, Cerebi update here. The latest Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Terra Raid battle event is now live. Infernape is in 7-star Terra Raid battles until the 6th of October at 23:59 UTC, and this is what it is got going for it. So obviously it has the Iron Fist ability, level 100. The Terra type is Rock. The moves it has are Flare Blitz, Aura Sphere, Terra Blast, Grass Knot, and then the additional moves are Nasty Plot, Swords Dance, and Focus Energy. So a bit of a crit build, like obviously very mixed as well with Nasty Plot and Swords Dance, special attacker and physical attacker. And this is what happens with the certain time remaining. So 80% HP remaining, or 80% time remaining, it activates the shield. And then 95% time remaining reduces the Terra Orb charge. 90% time remaining, player stats and status reset. 80% time remaining Infernape stats and status reset. 79% time remaining, it uses Nasty Plot. At 50% HP, it uses Swords Dance. And at 35% HP remaining, it uses Focus Energy. And then, of course, the items you get are, as always, with the Herbamisk you can potentially get, and then also the bottle caps and ability capsules, ability patches, everything like that. Again, all of these are very easy to just get from the item printer anyway. I feel like the only reason you do these raids now is just to get the Mighty Mark on all the starter Pokemon. But either way, that's the Infernape Terra Raid that is now live in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Moving on, we do also have this mystery gift to quickly go over. I was really hoping this was going to be like a mass outbreak event or something, because I really need a Tandemaus shiny boosted mass outbreak so I can get the 3 family, but unfortunately no, it's just a mystery gift and it's just for Japan as well. But I wanted to go over it anyway because obviously sometimes people are able to get it from Japan regardless. And then Cerebi update, the next Pokemon Scarlet and Violet distribution has been announced. Get a Tandemaus at Pokemon Centers in Japan during your birthday month. So yeah, nothing crazy there. Obviously, you can only get this if you do have any kind of links with Japan, or you know somebody in Japan or something like that. But either way, that's the latest kind of mystery gift. We haven't really had a mystery gift for a while in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I guess that's still the case because a lot of us can't access this regardless. So that's that. Moving on, I wanted to quickly go over this as well. It's a post from Light, and it's nothing big, but people have been talking about it and just kind of wanted to, I guess, set the record straight in terms of what this actually means. But we have Light here saying, bad news, Pokemon family. The same source that was the first to comment on the delay of the Nintendo Switch 2 from 2024 to 2025 and leaked all the directs from this year has stated that there are no indications for a Pokemon Presents anytime soon. So this is what they said. So they were replying to a comment that said, no Presents is bad. Actually, we want that out of the way going into next week so we don't have to worry about it as a possibility. So, like I say, get the Presents out of the way so they can go into next week for the Switch 2 reveal, basically, is what that's kind of referring to. And we have Brazil here, basically, like I say, the leaker that kind of posted the Nintendo Switch 2 was going to get postponed and also got a lot of the directs right and stuff. A very good leaker, a very credible leaker in the community. Basically saying, I dislike commenting on negative space because there's always the possibility that I'll just be blindsided, but I currently don't see any indication that we'll have a Pokemon Presents anytime soon. So what that basically means is, yeah, it's right there on it's basically exactly what it says on the tin. We're not going to get Presents anytime soon. But that's not like massive information. People will hear that and be like, oh my god, we're not getting any news anytime soon then. But that's just for a Pokemon Presents. Like, why would they drop a Pokemon Presents? On the grand scheme of things, they've already announced everything they need to. All the updates for the mobile games, so Cafe Mix, Masters, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Pocket, all of that stuff's already been revealed that would be in a Pokemon Presents. They would have nothing to show, maybe another trailer on Pocket, but they would have nothing to show for any of those games. So all they would have to show is Pokemon Legends EA. And they're not going to do a Pokemon Presents just for Pokemon Legends EA. For the trailer for Legends EA, what they're going to do is either drop it with the Switch 2, or they're just going to drop it on its own. Which is fine, because that's all we want to see. We just want to see the Legends EA trailer. We don't want well, we don't need to see any Master stuff, Cafe Mix stuff, anything like that, because we've already had all that information. We only now need the Legends EA trailer. So of course there's not going to be a Pokemon Presents. Why would they drop a Pokemon Presents with just one trailer for Legends EA? They just drop the trailer on its own, which is what they're probably going to do. Again, all that's going to happen is we're either going to get it with the Switch 2, or they're going to tweet out something like, trainers, get ready. The latest information for Legends EA is going to be tomorrow or whatever. And then obviously they'll drop the trailer the next day. So just because this guy's saying, who's got a very good track record, which is why people are getting a little bit worried, saying there's no Pokemon Presents. Don't worry about it. There wasn't going to be a Pokemon Presents anyway. We didn't get one in August. Everything else has been announced. There's nothing to reveal in a Pokemon Presents apart from Legends EA, but they may as well just drop a standalone trailer. So don't worry about it. It's nothing crazy. It's just kind of what we were expecting anyway. So that's that. And then moving on, we also have some new Nintendo Switch 2 update rumors as well. We've got Nintendo Life here tweeting out saying, random, the latest Switch 2 rumors, scroll wheel shoulder buttons. So this is something that nobody was really, I guess, expecting or anything like that. But either way, a very interesting take on what this new console could also have. So it says, random, the latest Switch 2 rumor, scroll wheel shoulder buttons. Put us out of our misery, Nintendo. So obviously we haven't had any Switch 2 reveal this week. Now all the leakers did say that it was going to be early October. Next week is still early October. And to be fair, it's more likely to be next week as well, because that's the first full week of October. This week was still like September, October-ish. So next week, still early October, first full week of October. The leakers haven't come out and said anything else like, oh, I was wrong, it's actually going to be this date. They're still all sticking to their guns that it is going to be early October. So next week's is looking very, very promising for Nintendo Switch 2 news, and also potentially Pokemon news as well. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. But they say, as we get closer and closer to the official reveal of the Switch successor, a sharp increase in rumors and bold claims is bound to happen. The latest comes from Reddit and precariously straddles the line between plausible and utterly bizarre. It also happens to be a rather old idea, one that we could certainly see come to fruition in the future. But right now, we're not completely convinced yet. So it's all to do with scroll wheels, specifically scroll wheel shoulder buttons. So the idea comes from Redditor Adjacent Adjunct, who claims to have held a dummy model of the upcoming Switch 2. They state that the model had no innards of any kind, nor any indication of ports or vents, which is obviously convenient. So what do they say, however, is that the shoulder buttons now can scroll, much like those you might find on a PC mouse. And then also, albeit stiff enough so that you can still click the buttons in without accidentally scrolling them. I feel like if that's true, they're going to be very easily breakable, and then it would just kind of like mess everything up. But amusingly, they compare the concept to that of a store conveyor belt, which, okay, fine. Before we comment any further, let's take a look at the exact statement. So this is what this Redditor said. So obviously, like I say, take it with a grain of salt. Now here's the cool part. The shoulder buttons could spin. I sat there playing it with my hands and staring at it for like 2 or 3 straight minutes before moving on. Spinning these wheel-like things in my fingers because it was a strange but also so satisfying. It reminds me somewhat like a mouse wheel where it spins as you run your finger along it and it still clicks like a button. These also still clicked in like L and R do. Each step of the rotation made a satisfying tick feeling in your fingertips as it moved like a mouse wheel again, but a very heavy one that takes a lot of force to make move. Otherwise, they were sturdy enough to not spin when just clicking the buttons in. They weren't like normal wheels because they were not circular shaped. They were more squared off like the current Switch shoulder shape is. Instead, it felt more like a rubber material type band that was over a truck that allowed it to spin, over a track that allowed it to spin. To help visualize, the best comparison I can think of that people see every day is somewhat like the conveyor belt at stores during checkout. I guess this lets it have the rectangular shape and not a huge circle internally. I'm personally excited to see what Nintendo does with this. So, now there are a few things going against this. First, a random Redditor isn't exactly the most credible of sources. Second, it seems a bit odd for Nintendo to produce a dummy of its upcoming console that has no innards, no ports, no vents, yet conveniently still retains functional buttons. Third, scroll wheel functionality has been a bit of a talking point this year already. Sakurai made a video on the concept, and we even featured a write-up sometime later looking into the viability of a scroll wheel in the Switch 2. So, are we partially the cause of this? No, of course not. How silly. It's just interesting that after the discussions held earlier this year on the concept of a scroll wheel in the Switch 2, it's now suddenly a thing that's definitely real. What we're saying is just be careful out there, rumors are flying around, yada yada yada. We're just kind of waiting for Nintendo to reveal this. So, it's not likely going to be the case. Again, I think it would be very easily breakable as well. I feel like if you just do it too much, it would just something will snap or something. I don't really know. But either way, that's the latest Switch 2 rumors. And then finishing things off for today's video, we do have a new rumor to go for Legend ZA. It was posted on Thursday, yeah, the 3rd of October. It's just titled New Forms in Legend ZA Leak, and it was posted by Pokemon Legend ZA. So again, it was on 4chan. Take it with a massive grain of salt, as always with these rumors. But either way, they say the starters are Grass Poison Superior, Fire Psychic Blaziken, and Water Fairy Empoleon. So straight off the bat, Grass Poison. I'm not a massive fan of that typing for Superior. We already have a Grass Poison, you know, Grass starter. I'd much rather have like Grass Dragon. I know we've already had Grass Dragon and Mega Sceptile, but that's a Mega Evolution. I think Dragon just works for Superior, or maybe even like Electric or something like that, like Grass Electric. Fire Psychic Blaziken. So going against the kind of Scorbunny, Snivy, Piplup sort of trio that we're all expecting, and this time it's Torchic, which I think is still a very viable option. It is the national animal of France, so why wouldn't it be in the game? And I know a lot of people are like, well, it can't be it because it's already got a Mega Evolution. But there's no guarantee these starters get Mega Evolutions. You know, they could just get forms, and then the Generation 6 starters could get Mega Evolutions. And if that's the case, why can't Blaziken be one of the starters? And then, yeah, Water Fairy and Empoleon, very different to the Water Steel typing as well. But either way, I don't mind that selection at all. I think it's going to be something similar to these three, if it's not the Generation 6 starters. It says there's going to be a regional Pidove Fairy Flying type. So Pidove obviously wasn't in Blueberry Academy, which is quite funny because it's based in Unova, and it is the regional bird of Unova, but they don't have it in the Blueberry Academy, so very weird there. But apparently Pidove is going to get some love in this game, and it's going to be a Fairy Flying type. So I'm not sure if that means that its evolutions are also going to be Fairy Flying as well. I'm assuming the whole evolution line would get the forms. There's going to be a regional Drudagon with a new evolution, which is going to be Dragon Rock. So yeah, Drudagon, could I see it getting a new evolution? Potentially. I could see it more so getting a Mega Evolution though, but either way, Dragon Rock type. And there's also going to be a regional Rockruff, which is going to be Ghost Rock. So obviously we've already seen that kind of regional Rockruff, which is apparently an electric type. So either that's wrong, this wrong, or they're both wrong. But yeah, this is obviously going against the electric Rockruff we've already seen an image of on 4chan. That person's also been very, very quiet as well, so I don't know if they're just going to stop kind of leaking stuff, but either way, they haven't posted anything since the pre-evolution of Drampa. But yeah, Rockruff, Ghost Rock, which obviously is a typing we haven't actually had yet, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, how are we 9 generations in without a Ghost Rock type? It just makes no sense. But it evolves into a Ghost Fighting White Wolf or Ghost Dark Wolf. There's also going to be a regional Mudbray with a new evolution that evolves into a Wooden Horse, which is going to be Grass Fighting. I don't really like the idea of that. And then regional Lurantis is going to be Grass Dark, and there's also going to be a regional Dragapult, which is going to be Dragon Water. So a lot of love for kind of like the later generations here, like Gen 7, Gen 8, Gen 9, whatever. And then also, yeah, Drudicon as well, quite late generation. Nothing for any of the first 4 generations in terms of new forms, apart from Blaziken. That says the game has new Mega Evolutions, but only from some regional forms and new Gen Evolutions. Unfortunately, not Mega Flygon. Again, a lot of people want Mega Flygon. I'm not convinced it's going to happen, because if they scrapped it, they probably scrapped it for a reason. I'm more likely to see something like Mega Dragonite this time. Mega Superior, Mega Blaziken, Mega Empoleon. So, okay, that would be a bit of a red flag. Like, fair play, Blaziken just getting a new form, but that new form also getting a new Mega Evolution. So in one game, Mega Blaziken just gets 2 new things, as well as his normal Mega Blaziken. So does that mean that the regular Hoenn Blaziken isn't going to be in the game? Mega Cleavor, Mega Dragapult, Mega Kingambit, Mega Xerneas, and Mega Yveltal. I don't know why Cleavor would get a Mega. I mean, I guess Scizor has one, but it's just a bit random. And then it says Xerneas and Yveltal Mega Evolved like Mega Rayquaza, so obviously not having to have a held item. But I guess held items probably aren't going to be in this game regardless anyway. So maybe it's going to have to be like a move from Dragon Ascent or something similar to that. And then it also says Zygarde has no new forms, which I kind of expect as well. Like, Zygarde already has so many new forms. I definitely think Xerneas and Yveltal will get some. But Zygarde getting a new form is a little bit... I don't know, like, we don't need a new Zygarde form, unless it's going to be like the Pokemon that we, like the Rideablemon, like Koraidon and Miraidon were, so obviously it needs the new forms to be able to like surf and fly and everything like that. But either way, I'm not really believing this rumor. I don't think Blaziken will get a new form and a new Mega Evolution. It's just very, very unlikely. But let me know your thoughts on this rumor. Again, I'm saying fake, but Give me your 2 cents on it. And then also, what are your thoughts on the Switch 2 rumor as well? Do you think this is true or not? And then also, what are your thoughts on no presents? But again, don't get worried about it. We were very unlikely to get presents anyway after August. And then also, best of luck with the Infernape raid as well if you're doing that. But that's everything from me. If you enjoyed, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500. Like I say, leave a comment with your thoughts on anything. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.